Like, I'm not a praying type of person, but I just realized I still have like nail polish on my fingers, old nail polish. I'm not a praying type of person, but I have been so desperate that I prayed. And I don't know who's listening, what's listening. I don't at all. But if you pray, please pray. Pray for me. Pray for Twinkie. Pray for my grandma. Just pray, please. Positive thoughts, anything would actually mean the world. Twinkie does have surgery on Friday. I will keep you guys updated on that. I will post a community tab after she's out of surgery. You guys know Twinkie is my actual best friend. She's sleeping right now. So, she's my heart and my soul, my everything and more, and I will do anything and everything for her.
Hello, Froggy Army. I misplaced Frogtholomew because I am a bad frog parent. Realistically, I just kind of am living out of a duffel bag. Yay, winter break. Never said some. Pray for me, pray for my mom, pray for my grandma, pray for my family, pray for my pets. Honey, as if we ever stop praying. Please, be so for real. We have to perpetually pray for every party previously mentioned, including Miss Amberlynn Reed herself. Today, with us, we're gonna go ahead and have Big Jesus on for even bigger judgments. Today's video, we're gonna be talking about Twinkie Star. Now, I have been deeply concerned about Twinkie and her other pets, me trying to save my video. Truthfully though, I really do feel like any of the humans in Amber's direct family, I feel like a lot of them have very much made their own bed. Amber, her mother, her grandmother, they're all shady. Honestly, I'm not even a big fan of her aunt. I find her highly suspect too. I said what I said. I know everybody had been like, oh, Tammy, get him. And I know it's really exciting to have someone to root against Amber, to be rooting on the side of and stuff, that especially someone that Amber done wrong, especially someone who's willing to spill all this tea because they done been hurt and they knew her for that long. But at the same time, I don't trust Tammy fully either as source. I don't trust none of them because everybody here has motives to keep certain things hidden. So I don't trust none of them to be telling nothing of the truth. They all gonna be telling little snippets that might contain bits of the truth. But that being said, I do want to get into the whole Twinkie thing. So, of course, we haven't heard anything as far as Mama Lynn goes on the Twinkie subject. We have quite a few of her screenshots that we're going to go through from her Q&A that also pertain to the Twinkie situation. And then there are also going to be some clips, screen recordings from Jordy's live stream the other day. So I've been gathering a lot of information. Truthfully, as far as their dietary habits go, I don't frankly give a damn. Sue me. I don't. You want to eat yourself into an early grave? Fine. As Mr. Snowflake says, fill your boots. What I do care about is how they treat other people, including their audiences, whom without, they would have no career or money. Whom without, they'd probably be stuck grifting on the charity of others, never really having a right to anything, but still acting oh so entitled. I do plan on making content on the mother and grandmother, and I do plan on getting into Tammy as well because, again, I find her highly suspect. However, I don't have enough to go on yet for any of that, considering everything that I have to go on are literally just based on really her own word, actually. I grew up raised by narcissists of a variety of different kinds, so it's interesting seeing different types of tactics employed, but I still have some digging to do, so that's just something that's gonna be bubbling on the back burner like a slow stew. We gotta take our time with that. We need to let some of the ingredients simmer. She said to pray for them. Well, I'm bringing out the big Jesus for this one. So Amber's Insta Q&A, what I did was I separated out all the ones that pertain to Twinkie. She got a question on Instagram that said, I thought Twinkie's tumor wasn't cancerous. To which she responded, it's not cancerous, and turns out it isn't a fatty tumor. That's what the vet always said in Kentucky, and they said it was fine. The vet I had when I first moved to Oklahoma said it too. But in my gut, something seemed off. I got a new vet because I requested a removal and they said no. But my gut was screaming, and right, it was a massive cyst. My new vet listened, explained, and made me and Twinkie both feel extremely heard. She's doing so well after surgery. I'm so proud of her. Poop heart emoji. Look, the brown heart emoji, for anyone else, go off. It can be some chocolate. It can be, you know, that beautiful melanated skin. But for Amber, it will always be the edge of that bathroom sink. It'll always be an after use wash rag. So her gut was screaming. You mean after she assured the audience that it's fine for 7 or so years? But her gut suddenly was like, hey, right when you got demonetized, right, boo? I find that fascinating. That's interesting timing, that, actually. Serendipitous, one might say. In my gut, something seemed off. How does something seem off in your gut when you know absolutely nothing? How does something seem off in your gut when you're telling your audience that everything is fine? How is something off in your gut when you're trusting the word of all of these vets enough to use it to tell your audience to shut the hell up about it? To stop being concerned about it? When you're using it to dismiss your audience's worry? Nonsense. And besides, something in your gut is always off. That's part of your goddamn problem, girl. Yes, you're right. Something is off in your guts, but it has nothing to do with the dog. It might be your guilt. It might be your guilty conscience about how neglectful you are as a dog parent. That might be the feeling you're getting in your gut. But I highly, sincerely doubt that based on the way you've conducted yourself on the internet. And another thing that I found very, very, very suspicious about that is not only the timing, suddenly this thing that was never a concern is now a concern. Suddenly there's an explanation for all those mysterious vet visits when before she was saying there was nothing wrong. Now, on the bright side, a lot of other channels have actually covered that end of things plenty. So I don't feel the need to add anything to it because I feel they did a wonderful and adequate job in doing so. Because I know The Ankle did a retro react about the mass, the lump on Twinkie from like 7 or 8 years ago. That video. I know quite a few people actually made comments about how she just acted like it was nothing this whole time, and now that she's gotten fired out of nowhere. I need surgery for my dog. Everything was fine until she got fired. The dog was perfectly healthy. All the pets were perfectly healthy until she got fired. It's funny that, really. It's suspect is really what it is. So either she was lying before or she's lying now. Either way, it's not a good look, and those pets need a new home. Not responsible parenting. Either you're using your pets for your own advantage or you're neglecting your pets to an extreme amount until it benefits you. Either way, it is not good. Someone asked, why did you delete your update about Twinkie? She said, I've deleted all my community posts. The only thing I have left on my YouTube is my live stream saying bye. Well, you could have left your posts updating about Twinkie up. You don't need it to just be your stream saying bye. You could have also left your Twinkie posts up. Your audience cares about them more than they give a shit about you saying bye. Sorry I said the truth, but you know your audience cares more about them animals than anything else. Because the animals are innocent in this, whereas we watched Amberlynn not be innocent and continue to not take accountability for her poor actions and for her poor treatment of those around her for years. I don't give a shit about her saying bye. Bye, good riddance. But you should have kept the stuff up about Twinkie because you know that's all we care about. We want to know about the dog. We want to know about the cats. We want to know about your fur babies. You know, the innocent victims that are trapped with you. The ones who are at your mercy day in and day out. And then someone asked a question that was 1 out of 2, but I don't think we ever got a 2 out of 2 for this one. They said, losers online are discussing the surgery, but how do they know it took 3 hours? And she said, I dropped her off at 8:30 a.m. as they requested. The surgery started at 10:30 a.m. They called me at 12:30 p.m. and told me how it went, and she'll be ready for pickup in a few hours. I picked her up at 2 p.m. So the actual surgery took 2 hours. Shrug emoji. Lumpectomies, which is how that's pronounced. It is lumpectomy, the removal of a lump, which is a very vague way of wording it, especially when you would think that with it being identified, it would have a much more specified name, having identified it as more than just a lump now. But, you know, whatever, go off, queen. Last anywhere from 30 minutes to a few hours. 2 and 2 don't equal 4 here. Girl ain't doing math correctly, but we been knew that. The scale been telling us that. What's your response to those accusing you of lying about Twinkie's surgery? She says, haha, what? I didn't know people thought I was lying about her surgery. Crying while laughing emoji. This is exactly what I'm talking about. People are wild, lol. You're not fooling me. You know that this is what people are talking about. You knew that people would suspect this. You knew the timing of this was highly suspect. That's why you gave this super fake, super phony. Oh wow, that's wild, lol. Ha ha ha. What? Wow, I didn't know people thought this. Whoa. This is exactly what I mean. People are crazy. Girl, please. Everything about that and how it is structured just reads as a deflection. It reads as her trying to play it off as a little, oh, haha, people think such crazy, wild things about me. And like, who do you think you're fooling? Who do you think you're fooling? Girly pop. Those animals deserve so much better. Someone asked her on Instagram, if your pets didn't have insurance, in parentheses, please get Romeo insurance while young. Why didn't you save for emergencies? Amber responded, I think people are confused about my income, which is fine because it's not something I talk about and definitely not something I plan on continuing to talk about either. YouTube is very kind when it comes to the amount they pay. That's why I didn't ever need a savings for emergencies, because I had the income for anything. I was always able to pay for anything at any time, even emergency things that came out of nowhere. My savings has always strictly been for taxes. I normally save more than I actually need for taxes, so that's been a nice blessing in disguise. Dummy. I wonder how much that's depleted now. I've never needed savings before, so why would I need them now? Dummy. YouTube is fickle. Everyone knows YouTube is fickle. One moment you could be on top of the world. The algorithm could be like, hey, this is the person to be. This is the person who we're going to push in people's like suggestions. This is the person that's going to get the views. This is the person that's going to, really rake it in. But the next month come around, YouTube might not be so generous for that person. That person might not get pushed in the algorithm as much. They might not produce something that, hits the audience the same way. You can create something that's a huge hit one day, but the next thing could be a major flop. And that's why she should have been saving this whole time. The moment you start making an income from YouTube, you need to start setting a savings aside from that, because you're going to end up screwing yourself. So yeah, I think she's a dummy. Like, actually stupid. Dummy. You were about to throw away $400 in shipping, but you panicked for Twinkie's $700 surgery. I panicked when I lost my job, which is a normal human reaction. Normal? Human? Amber? Sure. Twinkie's surgery or shipping or anything wouldn't have mattered cost-wise if I didn't lose my job. Losing an income I've had for a decade can make you feel things that are dramatized to the actual reality. You see, this is how I know she doesn't read books. You can't switch up POV mid-sentence. Grammatically, as far as writing goes, you just can't do that. And this is why you're a shit writer, Amber. I like to read and I like to write, and there's a reason that none of your writing actually is worth anything. Anyway, now that it's been some time, I'm no longer panicking. I'm peaceful. And again, the poopy washcloth heart emoji, these poor hearts that she keeps wiping her bum on. I know it's probably like to fit in with the gingerbread cookie background thing, but I don't care. I'm still gonna I'm still gonna drag her because, she uses the edge of a bathroom sink to wipe her bum. And that's dead funny. Use a goddamn handy helper. That's why they exist. You could actually do a much better job. Considering that's your method of cleaning, it don't surprise me one bit that you get cellulitis so much. Dummy. How's Twinkie doing? And she said, great. She's also down a pound since the last time she was at the vet, which was a couple months ago. We've been walking more. Again with the poop heart emoji. If you've been walking more, what's your weight, Amber? Because you ain't looking slimmer. Let us see Twinkie. Show us Twinkie. We demand it. You do not get to grift and then get mad at us for demanding to see Twinkie. We actually care about Twinkie. We don't want to see Twinkie to be hateful. We want to see Twinkie because we care. Okay, so another question she got. The crazies are saying you got rid of Wasabi and Twinkie's surgery was euthanasia, lol, with the melting face emoji. She said, obviously this is so fucking untrue. People literally have made a character out of me. Dummy. If you're gonna steal my words, at least fucking cite me. It's not the life I want. I truly don't want to hear what people are saying about me. Yes, you do. You seek it out. Just for future reference, if anyone tells me, I'm going to block you. Now, like I said, there are other channels have talked about this and made their own speculations about this. And they've done a wonderful job covering the topic. I have nothing to add on a lot of those. The only things I'm adding are my own thoughts on particular matters pertaining to the topic at hand. I don't feel that it's very conducive for me to rehash the same thing just to repeat what everyone else is saying, which is why you don't see me covering literally everything that everyone else has been covering, because I figure there's enough channels out there covering that other stuff that there's no need for me to do so too, especially when I don't have anything to add to it. They're already saying what feels like it needs to be said. She got asked, people are saying Twinkie didn't actually have a surgery and you only said it's for a money grab. And then Amber posted a picture of Twinkie wearing a cone. She definitely did. This is her resting. I'm so glad she has already adapted to the cone. Sobbing emoji. She's such a smart, sweet, perfect baby. Welling up with tears emoji. I'm going to cover her stitches due to privacy, but you can see where they shaved her. Anyone can shave her, by the way. That doesn't count as evidence, girly. Dummy. I want to see the vet records. Something that proves that this dog actually had a surgery. I'm sorry, but I don't believe this shit. This is highly suspect. And then, of course, there's the infamous picture of her going to bingo the very night following Twinkie's surgery, which not only is that highly suspect and just kind of gross, like, she's not even doing a good job at lying. Like, oh my God, can you be that stupid? Dummy. Like, do you need a class on how to lie? Because I'm not teaching you, girl. You don't deserve it. Like, if you're gonna lie, you gotta be a lot more convincing than that. I'm covering up her stitches for privacy. Not convinced. You're covering them up because they don't exist. There was no surgery. Convince me otherwise. And then I have a lot of clips, courtesy of Jordy's live stream the other day.
I am down
Mathematical.
$700.
I mean, I have known some people that have had to get surgeries for their pets. It is a hell of a lot more than $700. What kind of surgery was done? I'm sorry, $700? $700 is a vet visit. That is certainly not a surgery. Are you kidding me?
And this is where we see us return to the 700 point. So we see he did a retro react as well. And we see the 700 number come up a lot even in the past. So 700 is a popular financial number that keeps popping up as of late in this area. And you'll notice that when she lies, you'll see a recurrence of specific numbers as a theme. See, this is a mathematical channel now. So I noticed that she did this with a storyline where it's like 20 minutes every time a cat like got out. Oh, got out for 20 minutes. But I caught her and catched her.
I get my dog's teeth cleaned yearly and pay $1,000 just on teeth. $1,000 to get your dog's teeth professionally cleaned. Visit $300 to fix cats and get all shots and microchips was $75. $400 something alone in just like a normal ordinary vet visit. But yet somehow Twinkie's surgery was $700. You got an operation for your rat and it was $400. $700 is the fee for my cat's overnight vet stay. I knew someone that took their cat to the vet and they really weren't doing well. And before they were even allowed inside of the ER vet, they had to put a credit card on file. Like, they wouldn't even see the animal until, like, a credit card was on file. Vet bills are crazy. The $700 was probably to get Romeo fixed. Honestly, I could see, like, Amber Lynn getting Romeo fixed and then putting the cone on Twinkie's head and being like, aw, like, rest up, girly. My dogs got their teeth extracted and it was $1,100. My dog's was $2,000. I'm not completely getting rid of the conspiracy that there was never a surgery. Cause like, why was she so readily available to leave? And like, why did she just like randomly spring that on us after she got demonetized? Like, she probably just Googled it. Yeah, she probably asked Chat BPD, hey, how much is a typical dog surgery? Yeah, an MRI for a dog is $4,000.
I do believe that she should not be allowed pets, frankly, but I think she's lying. I think she's lying about Twinkie's surgery. And again, she shows a pattern of specific numbers being like a reoccurring theme whenever she does lie, because she also made the 20-minute remark when the whole rarity lie was being spoken. And now we've got 3 separate stories for the narrative of rarity. So again, so when we see a recurring number that seems a little bit suspiciously exact or like it seems to recur too often, that's one of the signs we know for a fact she I feel like she lying. Between Jordy and the audience, both, we got a lot of good input as far as the cost of vet procedures go. So I don't know how much the prices of these kinds of things are. I kind of did pull references from Jordy's stream. I'm going to delve into some of the reactors of Gorlworld and compare notes, you know, see how much their pet care is costing compared to Amber Lynn's alleged lumpectomy for Twinkie. Because that is a suspiciously low price, especially when someone was like, my dog's teeth cleaning was like, what, $1,500 or something? Like, he says hi. And he says he's watching y'all girls. Having a lot of fun with this channel, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I hope you guys are also liking the content that I'm making. If there's anything that you guys want to see me do to improve it, or if there's anything else you want me to cover, do let me know below. But do know there will be extensive videos on the family drama, on the aunt, the mother, the grandmother, Amber Lynn herself. I'm going to be trying to piece together her timeline and figure out what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. What adds up and what doesn't. What stays consistent and what doesn't stay consistent. We're going to sort out what is and isn't true of her backstory, basically. I think that's something that we want to do going forward on this channel, as well as the further analysis of her behaviorisms and psychology. So anyway, if you guys liked it, make sure you give it a like. Like I said, comment below what your thoughts on any of this is. If there's anything you guys would like to see, if there's anything you guys think I should do to improve things, or just like let me know. Anyway, so like I said, anything you guys want to see, let me know down below. Anything you guys want to see me improve or think I should improve on, also, like I said, leave it in the comments. I really actually like discussion and debate. I would love to hear what some of you guys have to say, what your guys' thoughts on things are. Do let me know down below, or if you guys also have feelings that you guys have been scared to like approach, let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, have a good day, and stay safe out there. There is a big ugly winter storm coming around my area very soon. Don't know how that'll affect the power or the Wi-Fi. So if I vanish from the internet for a few days, that's why. Either that or I got sick again. But remember, tortoises are to turtles as toads are to frogs. Stay hoppy, guys. Have a riveting day. I can smell her through the screen.